commentary on the Samanya and Visheshachaitanya. What is Visheshachaitanya? Vishesh means the special. If I go into loose Hindi, then it will mean special. The ever conscious associated with the antahkaraṇa. Visheshachaitanya. Answer. The reflection of Chaitanya Brahman into antahkaraṇa and its vrittis, as the chidābhāsa, is Visheshachaitanya. Why Vishesh? Some special attributes do come in when the reflection come in, because when we say reflection, then the mirror has come in, some light has come in, and the object has been projected into the mirror and has been reflected. So obviously it becomes special. That's why it's called Vishesha. Question. What are the peculiarities of chidābhāsa, that which is devoid of the attributes of Chaitanya yet appears to be like a Chaitanya? Devoid of the attributes of Chaitanya and yet appears to be like Chaitanya. So the I seems to be Chaitanya. The I, which one? The chidābhāsa, seems to be like I, and yet I say that I is not I. So hence we say that chidābhāsa is the unreal I and Chaitanya is the real I. But the ignorance and the long superimpositions of the darkness has created this whole illusion that the chidābhāsa seems to be the I and the only I, and about the real I there is imagination, and then maybe Atma exists and maybe Atma doesn't exist, maybe it's just these Swamis are making fool of you. Because it's odd. You say the chidābhāsa is devoid of the attributes of Chaitanya. So this means devoid of the attribute. Now what is the attribute of Chaitanya? Sat, Chit and Ananda. But the chidābhāsa doesn't has that. But still appears to be like Chaitanya. This means somehow it seems it is Sat, it is Chit and it is Ananda. So what seems like real is not real, and what is real is not being known. That's the whole drama. But there are people who say that why do we need to go into so much of intricate, complex details into what is what? We are very happy the way we are. Let us live our normal life. Ten to 5 job, family, food, party, friends. Enjoy life. Why go into these kind of nonsensical details where they are saying it looks like that but it isn't that, and so tough and so difficult? Okay, you can make that choice. If the Chaitanya chooses to be a duffer, nobody will stop you from being that. If somebody chooses to remain ignorant, nobody is asking you to change it. So one of the problem of speaking like this and getting yourself recorded and then putting this on internet or through YouTube or through even my app. So all kinds of people get an access to this stuff in which they are absolutely not interested. don't even deserve to listen to this. I would say 30 years ago, that was my idea originally. That no recordings allowed, no, even audio recording was never allowed. So you just sit, you listen, and you go. Then you come again to listen, and then you go. I won't even allow anybody to have a copy or a pen in my presence. No. But then, seeing the condition of people, chose, okay, fine, record, because then it kind of helped so-called of those people. I don't know which people. I don't know. But again now the circle is now again coming into that very zone now. Very, very same zone, I would say. Where it won't be made that easily accessible for duffers and those who don't deserve this. Deserve this in the sense because they don't want it. It's not from my side I'm choosing to close the doors, but it is they have already closed the door. Why should I bang my hand onto those doors which have been willfully closed? So fine. Question: why is chidābhāsa known as visheshachaitanya? That which is limited by space and time is called vishesha. Limited to the antahkaraṇa, chidābhāsa is confined to the three states: wakeful, dream and deep sleep. Thence it is called visheshachaitanya. Anything which happens for a limited time or at a limited space will be called special. Like you people are not special. There are millions of men and women over here. What is special? But somebody sings very great. We'll say now this person is special. Somebody dances very, very well. We say now this person is special. And you know what? Everybody is dying to be special. See how this Visheshachaitanya is fooling you. How? Wherever possible, you want special treatment. You want to feel special. And if somebody ignores you, doesn't respect you, doesn't gives you your desired treatment, your mind gets very upset. Very, very upset. But if only one can understand that, say I am chidābhāsa, so chidābhāsa is already special. Vishesh. Why? It's in the special times when the antahkaraṇa is there and limited in the space. Now this is very difficult to find where your mind boundary ends and her mind boundary begins. So difficult to know one another's mind. But have you ever tried to find where this boundary begins or ends of your mind and others' mind? When people fight, they say, oh, our mind doesn't get along. What do you mean by that? It's an invisible thing, and you say it doesn't get along, and the whole issues and conflict and wars are happening just because one wants to be special and the other also wants to be special, and they are expecting others to give. Once you become ordinary and me being special. You know, girls are stupid. A boy just opened a door for her, brought her a rose which he must have stolen from somebody's garden or what. He buys a 10 rupee chocolate, writes in a poor handwriting. These days they don't even write because it's a digitized, so just a digitized emoji, I love you, and the girl goes bonkers. Why? And there are girls who say, nobody did this to us. I many times inquire. I have inquired many. How come you never had a boyfriend? So either they are speaking a lie to me, or they were rejected. Hence their ego has been battered so bad that now they are only sad. But they are not ready to come clean. So they are lying to themselves and lying to others also by saying, oh no, there's nobody, it was just all girls college. I said, well, even there the options are all open. It's, somebody gave their lunch to you, oh, so nice, made me feel special. You're dying to be too special. I would like to give example of this one Indian beauty pageant winner. She bought a huge diamond for herself, and she wore that on her finger, and everybody was saying, oh, are you engaged? And she said, no. They said, who gave you this ring? She said, why would I need a stupid man to buy me a ring? I bought it for myself. Now expected is that somebody bought it. She said, I don't need a man to buy me a ring. I am man enough to buy it for myself. So it was a big rock which she was wearing. And she said, I don't need. I am special, so I am treating myself. I am treating myself by buying a new car for me. I am treating myself by going to a vacation. I don't need a man. I make more money than all the line of boyfriends which I had. I am still richer than them, and I don't need anybody. I liked it. She knows how to see herself as she wishes to. She doesn't need any person to say you are beautiful and then you will feel, oh, I am beautiful. You should know what your truth is. Physical, mental abilities. Physical and mental abilities should be well assessed. So Vishesh is that which is limited by particular time and space. Question: which analogy can illustrate Visheshachaitanya? Illustration: sunlight is equally distributed, but its reflections do not arise everywhere. Reflection of the sun is seen only when its rays fall on a reflecting surface, like a pool of water or mirror. The reflecting surface acts as the upadhi. Up means close. Adhi, which will get imposed, which adds something to it. Up-adi. Adi means which will add something to it. The limiting adjunct. In presence of an upadhi, the sun appears as a specific reflection. If that upadhi is not there, then that specific reflection will not happen. Sun shines bright in the sky, but is not reflected everywhere, not at every surface. It needs either a pool of water, or maybe glass, or maybe a mirror, but something which the rays get reflected back. Now this is something you can call a special version of sun, which will be found. The sunlight does not burn cotton or cloth, etc., but when the same sunlight is passed through the magnifying glass, it burns. So that magnifying glass is the upadhi in this case. That which remains the same, unassociated with anything else in all periods of time, is Sāmanya. Samanya in English will be general. You can say general. No change, it's same. The sameness, Samanya. The Samanya word went to Europe and it got polluted, and some of the words fell. So Samanya became same. Like the Ma word traveled to Europe and became mom. That which is perceptible only through an upadhi and is fleeting is Vishesha. It is transient and hence will not remain as it is in all periods of time. It is perceptible only for a limited period of time. Because it is in the limited time and frame, obviously it will be evident in that limited time only. Right? So applying this analogy, Sāmānyachaitanya, which is also known as Asti Vati Priya, or Sat Chit Anand, or we can say existence, conscious Chaitanya, and ever blissful. Asti Vati Priya is, I would say, a very nicer and very precise description. Asti Bhati Priya is homogeneously present everywhere. However, it cannot perform specific actions like speaking, walking. And now bring all the 14 senses into it. All the 14 into it cannot do that. Now the Samanya means the general Chaitanya is everywhere, in wall, in floor, in universe, and everything in that. But the wall can't speak or walk or talk. Same goes for moon and all the luminaries. Same goes for all the mountains and rivers and oceans. They can't do that. Only in the presence of the upadhi of antahkaraṇa. Upadhi is the limiting adjunct. Antahkaraṇa is what? 4, which has 4 properties in it, which can perform 4 functions: thinking, deciding, storing, and knowing. I know this. Is that antahkaraṇa? The chidābhāsa as visheshachaitanya performs specific actions such as speaking, walking, doing, experiencing, transmigration between different planes, etc. Thence, Sāmānyachaitanya is Brahm, the absolute truth. And the one that seems to exist as consequence of the upadhi, the limiting adjunct, is Visheshachaitanya, also known as chidābhāsa. It is nothing but an illusion. Chidābhāsa is what? Chidābhāsa is what? So can I say you are illusion? When you say I am this body, when you say this is my mind, when you say I have these desires, it's all illusion. And you believe this illusion to be real, that is the pain and misery of your life. Chidābhāsa, when I say chidābhāsa, your mind has this crooked way of twisting the things and say, oh, okay, some chidābhāsa is illusion. So that's why I am addressing it directly, and you're saying, you are illusion. And whatever you know is illusion. Whatever you know is unreal, whatever you know about yourself is unreal, whatever you know about others is unreal. So what have you actually attained in this life? Just illusion. And this is one reason every dying person is dying with the guilt and regret. What did I get? Nothing. What did I make for myself? Nothing. And from this very emotion arises this idea, okay, let me make a school, at least my name will be there, at least people will talk about me that I did something. Okay, let me make a hospital. And that's why these rich people try to create these charitable institutions and things, and then put it in the newspapers, and then they are dying to get the citizen awards, the civilian awards from their respective countries. Antahkaraṇa upadhi is one which is making you this, giving you this, the visheshata. But it is an illusion. Likewise, doer of meritorious and unmeritorious deeds, experiencer of happiness and sorrow, a transmigration between this world and the other worlds, birth and death and repeated embodiments, birth in the 84 lakh species, etc. Now this 84 lakh figure is something which many thousand years ago our sages must have done some observation where they calculated, and that's why we have this figure. But what we see today is that it's actually many more than even this. It's not just 84, but we still have this habit of repeating this figure, 84 lakh. All these innate happenings in the objective world are actions sustained by the chidābhāsa, and therefore they are no more than an illusion. Just an illusion. Just an illusion. Question: what conviction is gained after knowing Visheshachaitanya? Answer: Visheshachaitanya, viz. the chidābhāsa and its traits, are neither me nor mine. They just appear to abide in me like an illusion. I am the Sāmānyachaitanya, the adhisthāna, the substratum, am distinct from them, and this is the conviction gained. My question to all of you: have you gained this conviction?
Understanding it. Experientially, not yet.
कुछ समझ
कौन समझ रहा है? जो समझ रहा है वही तो इल्यूजन है. वह कौन समझ रहा है? Question: what is Sāmānyachaitanya? The ever-knowing unassociated with antahkaraṇa. That which is pervasive as space. That which is substratum of all names and forms. That which is astibhati priya. The immutable Brahma is Sāmānyachaitanya. Is Sāmānyachaitanya. Why is Brahma called Sāmānyachaitanya? That which exists in an extended realm of space and time is called Samanya, generic or non-particular. As deduced by the intellect, Brahma is known to be all-pervasive in the entire space at all times. Thence Brahma is called Sāmānyachaitanya. So there is no special trait in Brahma. There is no activity. Guna, kriya, jati and sambandh are non-existent in Atman or Brahma. The kriya, the guna is all prevalent in the reflection of Brahma in the mirror of Maya. So Ishwar is the one who is the karta, harta, dharta, bhokta. Karta is the creator, harta is the destructor, bhokta is who is the bearer of everything, and who is the sustainer of everything. So Ishvara is the one. But know this, the Maya is illusion, hence the reflection of Brahma in Maya is an illusion, so is the Jiva. So it's just all illusion. And that's not present in Sāmānyachaitanya. The moment you say I, now that's arising from the antahkaraṇa. The moment the antahkaraṇa is there, the 10 senses and the body gets included in the tamasha, the drama of illusion. So whenever you see this body-mind unit as I or mine, you have become part of the drama. And this drama is going to be so convincing that it is real for you. It might be even phenomenal for you. And you will be stuck in it. And you will be suffering in it. And will be miserable in it. And will be bound and bondaged in it. And wouldn't know what to do. But the truth is, it's just an illusion. Which analogy illustrates Sāmānyachaitanya illustration? There can be different illusions pertaining to the piece of rope. One sees it as a snake, another sees it as rod, another it as line contoured on the earth, another sees it as a stream of water on ground. This illusion is misperception as two parts. The common part to all the misperceptions is idam, this is. To the differing perceptions, snake, stick, etc. is the specific part, vishesha. This is a snake. This is a stick. This is a line contoured on the earth. This is a stream of water. The common part to all the statements with specific objects like snake, etc. is this, the idam. This common part is the swarupa, or the real nature of the rope. This common or generic part exists during the illusion and exists when the illusion is dispelled. That is when it becomes clear this is a rope. Thus the common factor this is, being immutable, non-temporal, is the veritable truth. The transient parts, such as the snake, rod, etc., that is the specific part, are illusory. All objects have 5 parts. Asti, bhati, priya, nam, roop. The clay pot is, this is asti. The clay pot is perceptible, this is bhati. The clay pot is endowed as it is useful to store water, thus it is priya. Like it, love it, whatever. Just as a snake, lion, etc. are endowed to their respective mates. Now see, you are scared of a snake or a lion or a cockroach or dog, but their mates love them. Hitler, who is responsible for 1,000 Jews killings, had a girlfriend who was there with him up till his last day, and just an hour before when he shot himself. He actually, just few hours before, was actually debating. He had called up a priest so that he can get married to her. But something went flip in his mind, and he asked her to leave, and that's when he shot himself. The person who is responsible of Jews in the most torturous and horrendous way was loved by a woman. So did Stalin, so did Mao, so did, all these tyrants in the history wherever we see. So even a snake or a lion are very endearing and loving, priya, to their spouses or to their mates. So clay pot is a mere name, nam. Solid round shaped indicate the clay pot's form. That's rupa. The above example holds true for all the other elements and their respective objects, just as all external objects have these 5 parts likewise. Within the body, I am, this is Asti. I know, this is Bhati. I am endeared to myself, this is Priya. And body, senses, prana, mind, intellect, subconscious mind, ego, ignorance, and their attributes, names. These respective forms is the rupa. These are the 5 parts of all that abide within. By relinquishing their name and form, earth is perceptible, earth is endeared as it gives a place to live, earth is a name, attribute of smell, this is its form. By relinquishing earth's name and form, what is left is water. Read, Aishwarya.
By relinquishing earth's name and form, water is perceptible. Water is endeared as it quenches thirst. Water is a name, attribute of coolness, this is its form. By relinquishing water's name and form, fire is perceptible. Fire is endeared as it eradicates cold and darkness. Fire is a name, attribute of heat, this is its form. By relinquishing fire's name and form, air is perceptible. Air is endeared as it dries sweat. Air is a name, attribute of being formless and enabling tactile perception, this is its form. By relinquishing air's name and form, space is perceptible. Space is endeared as it gives a place to live and move about. Space is a name, attribute of sound, this is its form. By relinquishing space's name and form, what lies behind it is not known to me. This ignorance, not knowing, exists. Ignorance is perceptible, and as ignorance is the cause of prapancha, it enables functioning of the jivas. Ignorance is a name, beginningless, inexplicable, and endowed with the power of concealing and agitating. This is its form. By relinquishing name and form of ignorance, there is nothing. So there is an explicit absence of all objects. Absence is perceptible. Absence, emptiness, is endeared to meditators. Absence is a name. Absence of all objects is its form. By relinquishing the name and form of absence, the substratum of absentness is all that remains. Thus, it is Sat. It illuminates the absentness of absence. Thus, it is Chit. It is distinct from sorrow. Hence, is Ananda. In this manner, abiding in all names and forms, the omnipresent substratum of the world of names and forms, that is Brahma, is Sāmānyachaitanya. This is the veritable truth.
So, name and form of the body is not in the clothes, and the name and form of the clothes is not in the body. That which exists in some place and not in the other places is said to be Vyabhichāri. Vyabhichāri as such word means what? Characterless. Simple word is Vyabhichāri in English would be characterless. One who performs adultery or robbery or thief is deceitful. So one singular word in Hindi would be, you can say either Vyabhichāri, like what we have it over here, or you say Charitrahin, characterless. So this whole world is, you are part of that very world. So Vyabhichāri, that changes. The body at one time was maybe just a grain or a fruit. then was in the mother's body as ova, in father's body as semen. Vyabhichāri, changed. Now in that, you are exactly not responsible, your parents are. Who produced these products. Only if they could have remained celibate, then these forms would not have cropped out, right, at the time of the delivery. So the body again changed. And body keeps on constantly changing. And even in the death, the body is still decomposing. It's still changing. And that decomposed body becomes part of that very elements through which it was born. Earth, water, it goes back into that. So that which keeps on changing is called Vyabhichāri. So it's not just about who lies or who steals or who does adultery. Vyabhichāri. So from now on, if somebody calls you, there is no reason for you to be angry. You can only say, same pinch. But then that person will beat you. So keep your mouth shut. That's how easily you can survive, otherwise you get killed. Thus names and forms are periodic and limited, thus illusory. In this manner, the analogy illustrates the Sāmānyachaitanya. Ever changing, ever moving, ever taking different forms, and invariably, this is what your mind is. Isn't it? Now happy, now sad. Now angry, now cool. Now hot, now cold. Now disinterested, now is. Now energetic, now not energetic. Now tamasic, now rajasic, now sattvic. Your mind is always changing. So is your body, so is your intellect. And because the antahkaraṇa and the body senses are changing, hence the chidābhāsa is changing. So when I am saying chidābhāsa, for you it is? For you it means what? When I say chidābhāsa, then it is what for you? Me, you, right? You. An American white asked a Chinese man, "What's your name?" He said, "Who?" He said, "No, I'm asking, what's your name?" He said, "Who?" He said, "But I'm asking, what's your name?" He said, "Who?" That was his name. So chidābhāsa means? So today, whole day, do this mantra chanting. I am Vyabhichāri. I am transient. I am undependable. I am perishable. I am very corruptible. Because that is what chidābhāsa is. That is what you are. When we say chidābhāsa, then chidābhāsa can't be without antahkaraṇa. And when we say antahkaraṇa, then antahkaraṇa has to have in some body. And every body will have a senses. That's why I called it the body antahkaraṇa is one unit. And in that one unit, the Brahm is reflected as chidābhāsa. And now this chidābhāsa, antahkaraṇa, senses and body have name, form, asti, bhati and priya. Now you need to observe, isn't it true? You say, what I have said, that's going to happen. What I decide, that's right. What I say, everybody should obey. What I do, nobody should condemn. A woman was getting dressed up and she asked her husband, "Am I looking fat in this?" Husband's mind went bonkers. If he says yes, he's screwed. If he says no, he's again screwed. Because she actually knows what she is, but she is still expecting him to say, "Oh no, you are looking so frail. Why don't you eat something?" One husband did that. And the woman took her sandal and threw as a missile at his head. "Don't you see I have put on so much weight? And now you are saying eat something?" It's the wrong question. So they say if a wife asks any question, the best answer is, whatever you think, darling, is true. If you say fat, then fat. If you say slim, then can't say truth, you can't say a lie. You say lie, she will bring a history of last 20 years of marriage. You said that, and your mother said that, and your sister and your brother said that. And one man was saying, he said that wives are the best historians. And we human beings as males are just maybe good in biology only. We are not good in history at all. So we'll forget why, what, when happened, and she remembers everything. He says that one morning my wife was cranky and was throwing things around and making so much noise, and then my ting, something is wrong. The bell rang. What is it? Is it my birthday? No, can't be. Is it her birthday? No, can't be. Is it our children's birthday? No, can't. Is it my mother-in-law's birthday? Why is she angry? Is it our marriage anniversary? Why is she angry? So he dared to ask her, "Why are you this upset?" He said, "Because you are still sleeping." So name, form, antahkaraṇa is Vyabhichāri, periodic and limited. Now, the body is periodic and limited, and yet from the body you want never-ending love. Possible. Never-ending happiness. Possible. Never-ending peace. I'm recalling many, spicy things about people. One man was saying, he said, "I thought I am getting married to a woman. I had no idea I am getting married to a grudge box." Always complaining. I'm married not to a woman but to a grudge box. She opens her mouth and a grudge comes out. Opens her mouth, grudge comes out. He said, "I so wish that some lipstick should come that she applies and her lips get sealed forever." Now why grudges? Because wife is expecting ananda from husband and husband from wife. Both are limited. Both are inert, jad. Yeah, jad. Vyabhichāri is the word of day. Okay? So now when you meet anybody and somebody says, "What's your name?" See, if you say this to others, they will kill you. So don't say this to others, and just say that this is the highest knowledge which I have received today. Right? Or you can say, Kalpanik Rishikesh. Illusory Rishikesh. What's your name? Illusory Bhavesh. I'm not real.